Hey everybody, Darko3 here again with another video. This is a rant video this time. I don't know how to. I'll just now so you can see my reflection there. There's an article going around at the moment from the Daily Telegraph in Australia. Not the British Daily Telegraph, but it's just as shit. Video games with porn-type heroines are harming children, body image experts say. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking there's a fair amount of diversity in video games at the moment. You've just got to look around and you can see tons of things. Metroid, Samus Aran, a great female role model. You've got fucking Nier, like fucking Nier Automata. There you go, fucking Nier Automata. Fucking amazing game of the year contender, most definitely. There's a load of games. I'm just scratching the surface. P&O 3 on the GameCube. You can see I've got a ton of games behind me, so I can probably go through them and find a ton of things. But there seems to be a thing going around where if you like attractive women in games and you're just male or whatever, it's terrible. It's not good. It's terrible. So they bring up the examples of Rainbow Mika and Laura Matsuda in Street Fighter V, Honoka from Dead or Alive, Lara Croft, fucking Nina Williams from Tekken, Cortana, of all fucking people, Cortana. Okay, with the thing of cleavage on display. She's a fucking, like, she's a bloody hologram for Christ's sake. It's ridiculous. But I'll link an article of the article down below because it's fucking ridiculous. But there's something about it where if you happen to like a game that's got a sexy lady in it, doesn't matter if it's a main character. If it's got a sexy lady, you're completely vilified. You are a terrible person. You are sexist. You are misogynist. You are only into it because the female just happens to have big breasts. Or like, heaven forbid you like big titties. Like, oh god, it's terrible. Oh, it's not a realistic body image. I can tell you now, there are people out there who, I've got to fucking change the reflection. There are people out there who have cosplayed as 9S, as fucking, not 9S, 2B. There are people who cosplay as 2B, A2, fucking the Commander. There are people who've cosplayed from games like Soul Calibur as Ivy, as Taki, as fucking Talim, one of the most small-breasted people in that fucking game. And then, heaven forbid you like big titties. Dead or Alive fucking, I've got Extreme 3, but I actually like the volleyball in it, it's kind of good. But heaven forbid you like titties. It's terrible. Oh, you're terrible. You're so sexist, misogynist. You're a terrible person. You are a terrible person because you happen to like big breasts. You're a terrible person because you happen to like small breasts. You're a terrible person because you happen to like natural breasts, fake breasts. You happen to like ass. You happen to like thighs. You happen to like anything. Actually, 2B is pretty much an example of all of that. But if you happen to like anything about the female form, you are sexist, misogynist. You objectify women. You are terrible in every single way. But heaven forbid. Oh no. Attractive males, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with those. Oh no, an amazing 8-pack, like rippling muscles, everything you want about it. Like, oh no, that's just a male power fantasy. It doesn't matter that, you know, the women who happen to like what that's what, you know, women happen to like what that looks like. No. It's terrible. It's completely fine for males to be ripped and unrealistic, but no. The moment you have women looking at least a little bit attractive or sexual, no. Can't have that. It's fucking ridiculous. I kind of see where the thing's coming from. Like, a lot of the women in gaming, a lot of the women characters tend to be attractive. There's no denying that. But at the end of the day, you want to look at something. If you're looking at something constantly, you want it to look good. There are some. I mean, it is less common for there to be an unattractive female character in games. I'll give you that. I will, like, out and out. I will give you that. I'm trying to think of some traditionally unattractive characters in games, and what's her face from Borderlands is one of the few that comes to mind. It's Scooter's sister, but I can't remember what she's called. Mind you, Borderlands 2, some of the characters in Borderlands 2 were quite forgettable. But there are characters which don't match. We've got Zarya in fucking Overwatch. How did I skip that? Zarya's not your traditional female look. She's kind of got the butch lesbian thing going, but she's very much, in the lore, she's said to be straight and she wants to have kids. So There's nothing wrong with that. She's a cool character. She's badass. She does what she does. She's got a huge fuck off laser gun and she can protect your team. She does what she's supposed to do. There's nothing wrong with that. I've got nothing against there being unattractive females or conventionally unattractive females or whatever you have you. But the thought that you're immediately sexist because you like playing games like this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, I would show you Honey Pop, but Honey Pop doesn't have a physical version, and I think it's one of the best match-3 games made in recent years. It's a good game. There's like, you've got the other stuff on top of it, the whole trying to get at women there thing, but in the gameplay elements, the match-3 is a really good match-3. Like this, the volleyball is pretty decent. The combat, it's a fucking fighting game. The combat is good. Nier Automata, Game of the fucking Year contender. There is no denying that this could possibly be Game of the Year, right? But there's something else that people aren't taking into account here. The characters, the games which have a load of revealing outfits for certain characters, and it being damaging to young people, it being damaging to the kids. There are a few things you may have noticed on these fucking games which say, you may not want your 4-year-old playing this. And it's this part right here. See it? See that? That's a big fat 18. Shouldn't go to anyone under the age of 18. You shouldn't. If you are a mother and you have a 4-year-old and you are giving your kid this 18 game and you think, oh, it's just for kids, it's a game, it's just for kids, and you're a fucking idiot. 16. 18 plus. That's a fucking Singaporean age rating. Christ knows what it'd be in the US. AO? Like, we don't have that. We have an 18. 18's the highest we have here in the UK. But I would not be surprised if that gets an AO rating. No doubt about it. This Nier Automata probably still gets an M. Rated M for mature. But if you're willingly, I've said this in a previous rant before, if you're willingly buying an age 18 rated game and your kid is 14, like, I hope that you know that your kid is mature enough to understand that that's an 18 rated game. It has mature themes. It has various things. Like, there are games like Deus Ex. Have I got a copy of Deus Ex? I do. Deus Ex: Mankind Divided has things which I'm pretty sure a lot of 14-year-olds will understand, but some don't. And you just have to be aware. If you're buying games for your kids, be aware of what the... Did I crack? Be aware of what the age rating is for your game. That, 18. 18. You'll notice... There you go. That this one has a mature plot. You will also notice that this one has sexy titties. You'll notice there's a difference between the two. Like, you get age ratings for different things. Heaven forbid you get age rated on the same thing, like on different things. You've got, so this one, it says on the back, we have to have it, Peggy, you have to have a thing on the back saying what it contains. Bad language and violence. There's a shit ton of violence in Deus Ex, I'll give you that. But there you go. Does this one have it? No, because it's a fucking... Oh, wait, Nier Automata does. Nier Automata does. Here we go. Nier Automata. Bad language and violence. Doesn't say anything about the sexy main character. Does it? She is fucking attractive. And some of the cosplayers are really hot. But doesn't mean a thing. Just because it happens to be an attractive character. Yoko Taro said it when he was asked, why does 2B wear high heels? Because he likes attractive females. Is that a crime? That's not a fucking crime. There's nothing wrong with liking something, wanting something to be attractive. There's nothing wrong with liking sexy women. There's nothing wrong with liking sexy men. Is there a space for conventionally unattractive things? Yes. Is there a space for conventionally attractive things? Yes. There is no reason why both of these can't exist. There is no reason why both of these can't exist. There is literally no reason. If you were going to complain about wanting things to mature and grow up, and then you're going to complain because, oh, some people see the mature side as something being sexy, or something being an adult-themed political storyline. You can't complain about... You can't have one and not the other. You can't complain about one and then complain about the other. Let me just drink from my tea. You can't complain. You can complain. You can complain that there's not enough. Or not enough unconventional characters. I will give you that. All you have to do is that fucking sun. All you have to do is look at Smite, and you'll see that there's a thing about unattractive females. But there's something you have to consider. If you put in a female villain, there's probably going to be people screeching that, oh, you can't have an evil female. If you put in an unattractive female character, or a monstrous female character, oh, you can't have that. She's ugly. You can't win. We're gonna get to the stage of people complaining with more and more people. That fucking sound is pissing me off. If we get to a stage where you're complaining incessantly about attractive characters, you're complaining incessantly about unattractive characters, you're complaining about poorly written females, you're complaining about well written females, you complain about females who have bad parts. A well written character has flaws and they have pros. They have things which make them strong, that make them likable. And then you go and keep complaining about these things. You can't have a flawed female. Doesn't matter what you're going for at the end of the day. All you're going to end up with is game designers getting there and going, fuck it, I ain't writing a female character. You'll have game designers go, fuck it, I ain't writing. Like, if you compare about black characters, I ain't writing a black character. Can't be asked. People are going to complain. Never going to be good enough. You can't win. If all of you are going to fucking complain about one thing or another consistently, non-stop complaining about too many sexy women, too many non-sexy women, not enough non-sexy women, not enough attractive women, you can't win. You're going to keep complaining. People are going to fuck it. And then you're going to be complaining even more because there aren't enough female characters, aren't enough black characters, aren't enough gay characters. It doesn't matter. The more you complain about the things that are currently there, rather than there not being enough of something else, you're going to have problems. You're going to get people not bothering to carry on. I know there's probably more I can say about this. No, I don't want to make this go too long. But there is no reason that these can't exist. There's no reason. There is no reason. And as we keep going on and on about gaming growing up and other things, you're gonna have to accept that there are gonna be times when you have sexy characters, and there's gonna be adult themes, and there's gonna be sexy things, and there's gonna be fucking porn games. They already exist. You've got the fucking visual novel thing. Steam has started doing visual novels, and there are uncensored things on there now. You can get uncensored patches. It's not as much of a stigma as it used to be. It's completely fine now. I know people are probably going to judge me for having a copy of this. Fuck you. It wasn't coming out in the UK. I collect games, as you can tell behind me. I like to have versions of games which you can't get over here. I've got fucking Dead or Alive Extreme 3. I even have a fucking Bakuman game which is unavailable in the West. It was only ever released in Japan. It wasn't released anywhere else as far as I'm aware. And I have a copy of it because, one, I like the series Bakuman, and two, I can't get it here. I have copy... It's there somewhere. I have a copy of Os Tatake Orendan because I can't get it here. I had to import it. If I could get a Japanese SNES with all the Japanese games, I would, at a sensible price, which is not going to happen. So, there's nothing wrong with owning this. There's nothing wrong with owning this. There's nothing wrong with owning this. There's nothing wrong with owning any game. If you like the game, fuck it. You're cool. There are questions asked about things like rate play, but I'm not going to get into that. There is nothing wrong with any game that you play. If you enjoy the game, there is nothing wrong with it. If you have big problems about your demographic not being catered to, make your own demographic. Cater to your demographic. There's nothing stopping you. Instead of asking people to change things to match your sensibilities, put your sensibilities in your own game. And don't ask other people to do it. But yes, that's me. Let's see if I can get flagged on YouTube for having a sexy anime cover. Sexy titties! Yes. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, please leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, you can follow me on Twitter at DarkEye3, and I do go on Twitch every now and then as well, also DarkEye3, so go check those out. You should get a notification on here saying when I'm live. Otherwise, you can find out on Twitter. I let you know when I go live. But yes, thanks for tuning in. Have a very good evening, morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you may be. And hopefully, I'll see you with some more sexy titties. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.